In today's video, we're going to walk through the actual application for the Gold Card. It's pretty straightforward, but I know that there's a few items that could use some clarification. There have been a few questions, and so I'm going to walk you through the process. Alright, so filling out the actual application should only take you about 5 minutes. What could take much longer will be the last step, where you must upload your supporting documents, and this can be a pain depending on what documents you need to upload, because their max file size is 1 megabyte. So if you have some long documents, you would need to break them up into multiple files or find a way to compress before uploading. So just be prepared for that potentially frustrating last step. Although it's already a whole lot better than last year when they didn't even accept PDF files. So fortunately now they can handle all the typical file types. For the rest of the application, it's pretty easy and straightforward. This right here is the information you'll want to gather beforehand. A digital copy of your passport info or bio page and a digital visa photograph. Now, if you have previously had a Taiwan visa, you'll need that info. If you have a friend or relative living in Taiwan, get their info. If you already know where your primary address will be, have that handy. And if you already know where your work address will be, get that as well. Okay, so first you're gonna go to the application portal. I've provided the link down below. It is the first link in the description. Once you're on that page, you'll click on one of the buttons that says, I want to apply. There's a few of them here. And then on the pop-up, you select self-application. Then you will create an account. And the information they ask for is pretty self-explanatory. All right, once you've created your account and completed the email verification, you'll be able to log into the system, come to application for Employment Gold Card, and that'll take you to this page. Click on new applicant and just answer these questions. For me, that would be no, USA, and I'm applying from overseas. And that'll bring you to this first tab in your application. It's basic data, very straightforward. Of course, anything with an asterisk is required, and this page should not present any challenges. Now once you're done, you'll want to hit save and then go to the next step. If you don't hit save, you may lose your information. So that'll take us to the second tab, and it's pretty straightforward as well. This is where you input your passport information. Remember to click on save, and then next step, which takes us to the third tab. And here they ask you a lot of questions regarding your connections to Taiwan. Answer them all accurately, of course. And at the top of this third tab, you have to input where you will apply, which essentially means where you will submit your passport for verification. So if you get approved for the Gold Card, you will need to go to a Taiwan office to submit your passport. They want to see that you are the person you say you are and verify that you have a valid passport. So naturally, you're going to want to choose the location that's most convenient to where you will be. If you're in Taiwan already, there are several different sites you can select in a few different cities. If you are somewhere else in the world, then hopefully there is an option that works for you. The only thing I will add regarding this is that applicants have reported vastly different experiences at different overseas offices, so if you're trying to decide between two locations, you may want to research a bit on what other people have gone through. And then next step is the resident tab. First line asks you to select how long you want the visa to be valid. Unless you are 100% certain that you won't need it more than 1 or 2 years, go ahead and select 3 years. The cost difference is negligible, and you might as well have it for the longest period possible. Then also they have method of collection. Like the passport submission, you have options all over the world. If you are in a hurry, you should select to pick it up in Taiwan. Upon final approval, you will be emailed a PDF of your Gold Card, which you can use to enter Taiwan. This digital copy can also be used to apply for dependent visas if you need those. Really, the only downside to selecting pickup is that some people have had some trouble with their airlines, but those issues seem to be getting far less common now, and even when there is trouble, it seems it always works out after a few phone calls. So the worst that I've read about is just the anxiety of speaking with gate agents for 30 minutes while they sort it out. If you're not in a hurry, it might be nice to get the physical copy, but they say it will take up to 3 weeks to arrive, and it has to be picked up from one of those offices. So if the nearest one is a 5-hour trek from your home, then there's no reason to do that extra trip. Oh, and some people have also had their cards go missing in the mail, which added an extra month-long delay waiting for the cards. Then below that, there is a lot of information that is not required at the time of application. So if you have this info, as I said before, go ahead and put it in. But if you don't, no worries for now. You'll be asked to add in that information as soon as you know it. For example, the mailing address. If you know you'll be able to receive your mail there, then go ahead and include that address. Remember to save, and then next step, which is the profession tab. This is the pathway you will use to apply. Make sure you're selecting the correct category and qualifications. So for example, technology. Technology will present a number of different pathways, and then you'll need to select which qualification pathway you're going to use. If it needs to be changed at a later time, it can be, but this will probably set you back at least several weeks or more in waiting time. So if you can, get it right in the beginning. And then finally, you have the document upload tab. This is where you'll upload your visa photo. Make sure it is a proper visa passport photo like you get at the drugstore or a AAA office. You can do it yourself, just do it properly. They tell you what the specifications are that they're looking for. And there is sort of this function where if you get close, you can crop the photo automatically, and they'll just kind of resize it to be the right dimensions. And so that's helpful, again, as long as your original photo is close to what they're seeking, proportion-wise. Then upload your passport information page. That's number 1 down here. And finally, you can upload any supporting documents that were necessary for your application. This will change. What appears here will change depending on what you selected on the previous tab. Right now, I'm on the economic category with the salary pathway chosen, and so really all they're asking for here is the proof of salary. And then any other relevant supporting documents, again, is not required. There's no asterisk here, but if you do want to provide something, do it now. If you leave anything out, they will give you the opportunity to submit it later, but again, this could set you back several weeks or more. So once you're done and you've submitted your application, you will be prompted to make payment for the application fee. There are many payment options, but probably most people will want to select the international credit card option. And once you've made your payment, you'll get an email notification that your application and your payment have been received. You should expect to hear from them in about a month or so, either with approval or asking for explanation or more documents. The last half a year or so, they've been getting far more applications than ever before, and so the processing times really have increased quite a bit. I'm hoping with the recent changes to their guidelines, the processing will become more efficient and streamlined, and that, along with just more familiarity for everyone involved, will lead to shorter wait times again, but we'll see. I just submitted my application 2 days ago, so good luck to me, good luck to any of you who have recently applied or about to, and hopefully we'll get to see each other in Taiwan. So if you enjoyed that video, please take a second to like and comment down below, and also consider subscribing and smashing that notification bell so that you'll see me next time.